Hey guys, Jens Johansson, J2 Building Consultants, coming to you today talking about another webinar for board members specifically on how you can create a trusting environment within your board and your community. As architects and engineers, we work with a lot of condominium associations and we work with a lot of boards, and the process that works the best is when the boards are communicating well. When they're communicating the association either about the bad news or about the budget or about any particular topic, we've just come to observe that people can handle bad news. They don't like no news or surprises or things that are different from what they thought. So today we're talking about 10 ways to achieve trust, and most of you should know these, but it's worth repeating. We've worked with hundreds of boards and helping thousands of condominium owners with this. And we've seen these success clues work really well. So number one, be honest, share the facts, share the truth. Again, we can handle bad news. We don't like surprises. Just share the facts. Here's the issue. Here's the budget numbers. Here was our reserve study. It wasn't high enough, or our reserve balance, it's not high enough. We need some more money. Here's our competitive bid process. We went out and got bids from 3 or 4 different contractors. They're all coming in more than our reserve study said it would. So we find ourselves underfunded. So here's what we're going to do about it. It's being honest. It's sharing the facts, sharing the truth. One great thing we found with doing a bunch of investigations on property is actually doing a site walk. So the board leads people around. Hey, you know what? I asked the consultant and the contractor to leave these openings open so we can all just walk around and take a tour. Everybody's looking at the same thing. And then when we see the report come out, the report's distributed, it is what it is. We're sharing the facts. We're being honest. So number 2, do what you believe is right. And so in any kind of business volunteer manager, you are going to be judged on business reasonableness. Are these people trained in managing a board? Are they paid to manage a board? No, they're just volunteers and they're doing the best they can. So do what you believe to be right and keep cruising through it. Document your decisions, follow your bylaws. Everybody can read those governing documents. Here's what we're doing and we believe it's right, but we're listening for feedback, but do what you believe is right. Number 3, keep your word and follow through. It's being consistent. Don't make promises that you don't plan on keeping. So it's a track record of keeping your word and following through. And all the way down to the meetings are on Tuesday. They start at 7 p.m. Here's the agenda. We're going to cover the following. But if 7 p.m. on Tuesday rolls around and no meeting, okay, you get what I'm saying. Number 4, communicate effectively. Over communicate. And so oftentimes when we see problems develop, we say, did you tell the HOA about this process? Oh yeah, we put out a meeting flyer. Okay, did you tell them 5 times? Well, no, but we sent out an email, or we sent out a text, or we put it in a mailer. Tell them a bunch of times. So tell them in a variety of ways. Tell them on the Facebook page, on the website, in their mail, in their pink flyers taped to their door, depending on the level of communication you need there. But all those ways, they will at least get it at some point in time. So communicate effectively. Number 5, it takes time to develop trust. This trust is developed through daily actions and small, steady activities. A repeated behavior. It takes time. So usually we trust people because we want to, but when they violate our trust, now we got to start over. Now you lied to me last time, so why should I believe you now? If you're coming from a place of violated trust, this is going to take a while. So you need to be doing these daily activities. But if you can hit the ground running, it'll quickly, there's no reason not to trust this person. They seem to be honest, they're reasonable, they're doing what they said they do, but just understand it takes time. Number 6, carefully consider decisions and actions. And this is kind of one of those things of think before you speak or think before you act. And in today's world, we want to jump on social and rant about something or say something, and just slow it down. Just slow it down. Carefully consider decisions and actions. That's why the phrase sleep on it. I want to sleep on it. I want to think about it. I don't be buffaloed into making a decision. Bring it up at the meeting. Think about it. Promise to come back to it. That's that keeping your word and following through. But we're going to get this issue resolved. We're going to make a decision on it. But we're not going to make a decision right now. We're going to think about it. We're going to continue processing. We'll do our due diligence, and we'll come to these decisions in a timely manner. So, number 7, value your relationships and don't take them for granted. And here's what I mean. Treat your neighbors as neighbors, whether it's friends, family, clients, vendors. Treat them with respect. Thank them, and then help people whenever you can. That goes a long way. And so every community has an elderly person that maybe can't weed the flower bed as much as they could or wanted to. Instead of giving them a fine for weeds, maybe you coordinate a little work party and help them weed. You've just created a relationship with them and with all their neighbors of, wow, this board is somebody, made of people who care. And so look at these little activities you can do and value those relationships. Number 8, develop your teamwork skills. Participate openly and recognize others. This is directed at the president who is in charge. I've worked with some presidents that they are carrying an imaginary gavel. And when they slam it down, by golly, they're the president and they're in charge, and I'm the president of this place, and you need to listen, and you can just hear it go. Nobody else wants to be on the board with them. And everybody in the association says, who is this dictator president that we have here? Develop your teamwork skills. You may be president, but you have a whole board here to support you. And you also can create committees and empower community members to do these certain things to help the benefit of the order. And just avoid the self-promotion. I was president, I therefore declared. No, it comes a lot better if, the board and I have really been working on this, and we've actually solicited input from multiple committees, and we all feel that this is the right approach. And it just is a much better position of strength, and you aren't left out dangling. So put that gavel away. Number 9, show your feelings. Obviously, being on the board is a thankless job. Not having feelings, not having emotions, or not sharing your emotions, it's kind of robotic. I mean, there is a little bit of a, in order to work in the kitchen's going to be a little hot. You got to put up with some noise. You got to put up with some people being, discontent. But bottom line, share your feelings. Say, hey guys, this isn't easy. Or I'm upset about how this happened. Or, you know what, I'm really proud of how we all came together and figured this thing out. And, sharing your feelings makes you more of a person. And it just shares with your group that you are a human being and you are doing that wonderful volunteer role of being on a board. And then final, number 10, admit your mistakes. We all make mistakes. Nobody's perfect. And for all of our board members, they are working full-time jobs, and they come back and they've got to spend 2 hours tonight on condominium community activities, make some decisions, make some hard decisions. But when you make a mistake, just say, hey, look, we made a mistake. Here's what we're doing to fix it. Here's, we're sorry. This didn't come out the way we wanted it to come out. We're moving forward. So, I mean, it touches all these other things. We're being honest. We're doing what we thought was right. We learned that it was wrong. We're communicating about it, and we're doing the right thing now. So admit your mistakes. It goes a long way. So these 10 items hopefully will help you in that oftentimes thankless job of being on a board, much less being a board president. And they can be used for all sorts of other areas in your life as well. But 10 ways to achieve trust. Thanks.